Hi, our names are Kalindu and Kush, and the unit we chose is Statistics and Probability. The topic is mathematics and the real world. The question we will be answering is, can the binomial distribution ever be a useful model for a real-world situation? First of all, what is binomial distribution? The binomial distribution is a frequency distribution based on how many successful outcomes will occur given the total number of trials, knowing that the probability of success will remain the same.
Binomial distribution dates back to 1713, discovered by Jacob Bernoulli. He was a very vigorous man and was always determined to push math to the limits. He determined that the probability of k such outcomes in n repetitions is equal to the kth term.
So you might be wondering, how can the binomial distribution actually be used in a real-life situation? In the following slides, we will talk about the various examples in which the binomial distribution can be applied, whether or not we are aware of it occurring.
Binomial distribution is not necessarily used in complex/unrealistic situations. In fact, we all as students can use this to determine whether we have passed or failed a test.
The first example of the binomial distribution used in a real-life situation is during a test. Take the following into consideration. Say you are taking a guess for all 20 multiple choice questions, assuming there are 4 choices for each question and there is only one correct option, and you want to know the expected amount of questions which you will get correct. You can multiply the probability of getting a question correct based purely on random chosen answer, which is 25%, then multiply by the amount of questions, which is 20, resulting in 5, meaning that is the expected amount of questions you will get correct.
Our second example are meteorologists, scientists who predict the weather. Binomial distribution is used to calculate the probability of rain in a given day, for example. This shows the importance of binomial distribution since it is being relied by many around the world.
Here is the formula for binomial distribution. The simple case P represents the probability of success. N choose R represents the number of ways choosing R objects from N. And finally, X represents the number of successes.
The following example shows how we could use binomial distribution in sports, for example, basketball. So Daquan hits 60% of his free throws in basketball games. He had 25 free throws in last week's game. What is the average number of hits? So all we have to do for this example is find the expected value. So expected value is equal to n, the number times the probability. So in this question, 25 times 0.60, which would be 15. So Daquan
We
made
hope you
15
all learned
shots.
something from this and now realize the many ways we can actually use binomial distribution, even though we may not realize it in our everyday lives. Thank you for listening, and that concludes our presentation.